Everything wrong with how first years study law. Hi, I'm Faith. I'm a fourth year studying law in IT, and I'm also a paralegal. And here are 5 mistakes I made in my first year of law school that I wish someone would have told me sooner. Mistake 1. Buying all the textbooks. This is the first mistake that students make even before starting university. They think that they need the textbook for everything, and they spend hundreds of dollars. You know how expensive law textbooks are. Buying every single book that they end up not even reading at all. I thought I had to get 7 textbooks in first year. Ended up reading about 2 of them. Here's what they don't tell you at orientation. Textbooks are reference materials, not primary source. Your exam tests what the lecturer said in your classes, what you practice in tutorials and exam practice problems, not the information from the textbook. What you should do instead is wait until at least week 3. See if your lecturer actually mentions these books. And if they do, you can check digital libraries. Your university is really likely to have a digital library where you can access the e-copy for free. Then only buy the 1 or 2 textbooks that your teacher directly mentions. Then you'll be saving hundreds of dollars and save the stress of carrying around heavy law textbooks. Mistake number 2, reading every single thing from front to back. You'll soon realize that reading 15 cases and 2 to 3 chapters of the law textbook every single week is not sustainable, especially when each case could be 20 to 30 pages and each textbook chapter could take about 3 hours to read. This is when the panic hits. When you're a first-year law student, you think that you have to go through every single thing that they're telling you, otherwise you're missing out. But here's the truth. Law school isn't actually designed for comprehensive reading, but strategic reading. When you read from front to back, you're training your brain to think that all information is equal. However, exams don't actually treat all information equally. Here's what you should do instead. Number 1, I skimmed the head note. It's literally a summary of the case, and it's the best way to give you a big picture understanding before divulging into all the details. 2, skim the facts and see which one gives you the legal principles. Then number 3, find the trigger facts, the ones that cause the issue to be invoked. These are the ones that you'll be analogizing to in the exam. Same exam result, 90% less time wasted. Mistake number 3, making perfect notes. It's the middle of semester and you're very comfortable making your pretty notes. It looks like Renaissance, modern day art, color-coded with every single pastel color that is on the market. But when the exam comes along, you don't actually know what you're doing. It feels productive, but it's actually a trap. Do you know what happens to my beautiful notes? I never look at them again, because in the exam, you only have 3 hours. You don't have time to be flicking through your beautiful notes. Here's the truth that nobody tells you. Exams don't test how pretty your notes are. They test how well you apply the law to a fact scenario under time pressure. What you should do instead is to make effective notes fast. I have a golden trio document system that I set up. I talk about it a bit in my Instagram. Let me know if you want to see some examples in the comments below. The students with ugly notes and 20 practice questions under their belt beat students with beautiful notes but 0 practice. Mistake number 4, you're staying silent in tutorials. And I get it, tutorials are scary. If you don't know what they are, tutorials are essentially a group of about 20 students and 1 teacher. You're going through problem questions and you have to answer questions on the spot. You don't want to say the wrong answer, so you stay silent for weeks, just nodding when everyone else talks. Here's what I realized. Every week that I wasn't saying anything was actually another week where I wasn't practicing for my exam. Because the truth is, you can't stay silent in the exam. What you should do instead is to speak up, even if you're confused. Here's a quick and easy script that I would use to start answering. The students who speak up are confident by exam time. The students who stay silent panic during exam time. Which one do you want to be? Mistake number 5, never practicing under exam conditions. This is the biggest mistake that students make in their first year. And this is the one that actually makes you fail. You spent 12 weeks making content, going through cases, making your notes, attending lectures, but you don't know what to do when the exam comes along. Why? Because the exam is not testing how much you know, but it's testing how well you apply the law to the facts. You wouldn't run a marathon without training runs. So why would you go into an exam without practicing? Marathon prep? Exam prep. What you should do, and this is a non-negotiable, you should start looking at practice questions even from week 1. That's right, I said it, week 1. Even if you have no idea what's going on, it's still really useful to get a feel and understand the type of patterns that you'll be seeing in the exam, even without understanding the content yet. Then from then on, every single week, go through 1 practice exam. By the time the exam rolls around in week 12, you'll be so confident. Here's a weekly exam plan. This is the real difference. Drop a comment if you have any questions or any other advice that you want about first year law school. And if this helped, send this to a first year so they don't make these mistakes like I did. I'll see you in the next one.